didn't know if I had to do the reorganizational meeting as well, or if I just ran with it for the Thursday.
Yeah,
First Thursday, right, and then, is there any problem with, Fourth of July, is usually the only thing, if it's like, check when the fourth falls, Sam.
Well, can't we just advertise at the meeting itself, the first Thursday of every month at 7 o'clock?
The first Thursday in July is the 6th, so we're okay.
Okay.
We're good.
Unless,
In case it's fourth fall on Thursday.
right,
Then,
yeah.
and, but,
No,
you should be fine. Oh, yeah, you don't have to list every separate,
No,
Right.
you can just put,
Right, that's the whole year, and if something comes up, it
Good.
comes up.
Sam, I
Good.
put it on the website, so you can check
Good.
it
I have a couple of minutes yet.
I have 6. I have 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
I have like 3 up.
You're wrong.
6 o'clock.
I've been wrong before. Okay, call the meeting to order, pledge. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Sam, you want to take roll?
Dave Schreckengass,
Here.
Myron Seiler,
Here.
Robert Dowdy,
Here.
Diane Fine,
Here.
Danny Garbrick,
Here.
Helen Imes,
Here.
Judy Carstetter,
Here.
Christopher Scott.
Here.
Okay, our main objective tonight is to approve the proposed budget for the 2023 year. In front of you, let's look at the general first. Okay. Anyone have any questions or concerns? I think everything looks pretty much in line on the, just a couple, we're going to, you're gonna eventually drop out these like 401.40 that we have nothing, you're gonna eventually
Yes.
drop them off your,
Correct.
okay, to shorten up the reports.
Yes.
I think that's the only one that's on that account. Okay, anyone have any questions, concerns? If not, can I have a motion to approve the 2023 general fund budget?
A moment, please. Where are the Act 13 funds at? Act 13 funds.
What do you mean by that?
What's that?
Your Marcellus Shale funds, where are they at?
Oh, they're in a separate account.
What account is that?
Uh,
And it's not on the budget?
We had one, and because we were on, I was told that since they were unsure how much we were actually going to get, that we were not doing a budget for that particular account.
Well, I'd like to beg to differ with you on that one. And I just want to know that everything I say right here, right now, Samantha, this has nothing to do with you. I think you're doing a great job. It has nothing to do with your performance at all. This goes back to the prior secretary and her lack of reporting and lack of oversight as well by leadership. There are 4,100, this is all state information. So you're obligated to report to the state. You failed to report $4,188 of Act 13 funds. And for years, (2017) wasn't reported, 2018, 2019. No, I'm sorry, the wrong date, wrong year.
And where does this need to be reported?
This is your Act 13. This is part of PUC. I'll give you all this paperwork,
Okay.
Samantha, after I'm done here, okay? The amount not reported in 2021 was $1,130.95. Amount not reported in 2020 was $673.09. Amount not reported in 2019 is $1,000.03. Amount not reported in 2018 is $1,384.11. And then 2017, up until 2017, they had been reported. Then everything dropped off. And now there's no Act 13 funds listed as income in your budget this year. So my question remains is, where is the Act 13 money?
It is in a separate account of its own. I have a budget worksheet here for the Marcellus Shale Fund, is what we call it. Those figures that you just read off, is that what we got each year, that it's saying it's not reported, or?
That is my understanding.
Okay, because we don't, I know nothing on this. I mean, I don't think any of us do,
Well,
that we had to report or anything like that.
well, you did it up until 2017.
That must have been Nancy then, going on her own.
Come on, really? You don't know that you're getting Act 13 funds? It's an automatic
Yes.
distribution.
Yes,
It's
we
required to
do.
be kept into a separate account. You have to know this.
Yes, we do know that we get it, but I didn't know we had to report it. Like you're saying it's not reported.
You have to report it.
Okay, like I said, that's news to me.
Who's it get reported to?
The
Yeah,
state, PUC, Pennsylvania Utility Commission. So, but again, where's it on the budget? Now, Samantha didn't know about this, so Samantha's excused, she gets a free pass. But the rest of you knew about this,
it is on a separate account.
which is on the budget where?
It's not on the general or the water fund budget.
It's not gonna be in your water fund, it's a separate distribution that's
Right.
required to be kept in a separate account. So a question again is, where are the Act 13 funds?
In a separate account. I have the sheet, but it is not advertised, but right here is the budget sheet for the, if you wanna look at it, Marcellus Shale Fund. There is $6,262 in the account.
It needs to be on here. Is this not right? Is that not right? Does it not have to be in your budget? It's an income, correct?
Was it in last year's budget?
I don't remember ever working that in the budget. We just worked the two, and I'm looking at a previous year's budget.
Well, considering that it hadn't been reported for what, 4 or 5 years, I'm not sure that it really matters whether it was on a previous budget or not. It was clearly incorrect for 5 years. Samantha, this is what you're looking at. This is the report that you're required to file with the state, okay? So if Nancy Edie didn't do this,
We need to. So, do you know, do we have to report previous years that she did not?
I don't know. I don't know.
Check it on that.
Also, of concern, since I'm kind of on a roll here, this meeting, going back to the meeting minutes dated page 2022-090, says the budget was set executive work session to handle. What does this mean?
We had a meeting that we did nothing but work on the budget.
And the public was not told of this meeting because it was not advertised as required.
Was it a special meeting or was it our meeting?
It was an executive, we had it listed as an executive work session.
It cannot be an executive work session. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I've come here and tried to explain, and you've even discussed with your solicitor about executive sessions. Do we have to go to court? The people have a right to practice their government. They have a right to transparency and to know what you're doing with their taxpayer dollars. That's what you've been elected for. To be good stewards of taxpayer money. But continually, things are being done behind closed doors. And for what? What are we hiding here?
Nothing.
Then you shouldn't
Nothing
care.
too high.
You shouldn't care. You should welcome the public with open arms. Come everybody to this meeting. But you're not. You're holding executive sessions because you don't want people involved. Subsection 704 of the Sunshine Law, open meetings. Official action and deliberations by a quorum of the members of an agency shall take place at a meeting open to the public unless closed under section 707. 707, which is subsection executive sessions. The purpose An agency may hold an executive session for one or more of the following reasons. We've done this before and I'm going to do it again. To discuss any matter involving the employment, appointment, termination of employment, terms and conditions of employment, evaluation of performance, promotion or disciplining of any specific prospective public officer or employee, or current public officer or employee, and I think you kind of get my drift here, right? That's employee related. Number 2, to hold information, strategy, or negotiation sessions related to the members for taking official action in the General Assembly. We've covered this before. Conference, any training program or seminar, or any session arranged by state or federal agencies for local agencies, organized and conducted for the sole purpose of providing information to agency members on matters directly related to their official responsibilities. That's not a budget meeting. Deliberation, the discussion of agency business held for the purpose of making a decision. That's not a budget meeting. Emergency meeting, that's not a budget meeting. Executive session, a meeting from which the public is excluded, although the agency may admit those persons necessary to carry out the purpose of the meeting. Litigation, any pending, proposed, or current action or matter subject to appeal before a court of law or administrative adjudicative body, the decision of which may be appealed to a court of law. Meeting, any prearranged gathering of an agency which is attended or participated in by a quorum of the members of an agency held for the purpose of deliberating agency business or taking official action. None of these are budget meetings. Budget meetings are public meetings. It's their money. They have a right to participate in the budget. You're in violation of the Sunshine Law. You also set up your secretary for potential litigation, because when she fails to advertise a meeting such as a budget meeting, it is prosecutable and a fine is attached. So you threw her under the bus as well. 16 years in that seat and 25 in that one. And you know these things because I've been here and I've said them before, time and time again.
You have notes on all the meetings that we need to advertise now. So the only thing we do not advertise is if we're dealing with an internal problem or employee or something like that, basically.
Absolutely. Negotiations, litigations, employee issues.
If she went out right now and printed the thing on the Marcellus Shale Fund, does that have to be included in this, or can we adopt that into the budget as part of the budget, because we know what the balances are or not? Can we do that?
How is this not part of your income? That's my question.
It is part of our income, but it sits in that special account if we don't use it. Because no one can give us a clear-cut answer on what to use it for, what we can use it for.
It's right there on the papers I gave Samantha. You can use it to drop taxpayers' taxes too.
Okay. So can we adopt that into what we're doing now as a separate budget?
Yeah, it basically is a separate budget,
Right.
because it's a separate account, and we have, like I said, we have nothing to hide. I mean,
But you've used it in previous years. You've used it in previous years. You've sat here in the seat, both of you. So you know what it's been used on before prior. You've already been here, done this. It's not like it fell out of the sky and it's brand new.
right, I agree, but the way we did our budget is completely brand new this year, because she has switched us over to knowing what we're doing versus the way we used to do a budget in the older days.
Well, to make it quite clear, she had no idea about Act 13 funds.
No,
So you threw her under the bus because you guys know about Act 13 funds.
yeah. So, Chris, do you wanna do that?
I think we should, we know what the balance is in it.
Yeah.
So I think we ought to let Sam run a copy of that quick, everybody can look at it, then we include that in with,
Add it into the general.
because we have to propose everything first of the vote, right? And then we adopt it.
Yeah, we have to make sure there's no problems with it.
That's what I
Someone's gonna
mean.
make a motion and adopt the general and then adopt the water.
Okay, do we have to do a proposal first?
What do you mean proposal?
Cause I read that thing from Larry and I thought it said we had to propose a budget first.
We did that when
Okay,
we actually did I think when we did the budget, that was
Okay,
the
I'll
proposed
just-
budget. Yeah, that's.
As far as I'm concerned, that was an illegal meeting.
That was.
That was an executive session, it was not a legal meeting. Also, did you get ARP funds, American Rescue Plan money?
yeah, that's in its own account.
Is it on here?
No, I don't believe it is.
So we're missing Act 13 funds, we're missing ARPA, American Rescue Plan Act.
There's the American Rescue Plan.
Why is that not on here?
I think it's because everything is in separate accounts. And
So is that not normally listed on a budget?
yeah, probably, yeah, I agree with you, probably
I mean, I
should
would,
be.
me as a taxpayer, because I mean, boroughs, you're at least 50% funded by state and federal tax monies anyway. Me as a taxpayer, I wanna come into a borough and I wanna know exactly what I'm seeing, and you're not the only municipality that has not listed these. However, I'm still questioning why they're not here.
I just think it is something that we missed because of the way that the budget was laid out this year. I'm looking at old budgets, and yes, it was on there, here's an old budget worksheet, see the Marcellus Shale was on. Were the other ones on there? So then, basically what we probably should have done was made a budget for each one of our accounts that we have. And go on that way.
Do these have to be listed in the general budget?
It shouldn't be in the general budget because they're not in the general account.
Right, they're not in there.
And that's
That's
what we
what I'm
decided
wondering.
previously.
Yeah,
Because the way they were done before, they were just,
I don't have faith in before, I'm gonna be honest with you.
no, and that's one of the reasons when I brought the budget up, I had printed one for each account.
Did you clean this up nicely? But Myron, should we, if this is being brought up, should we take each account, the Marcellus Shale, the grant one, which is our ARP money? And should we do what's the other one?
American Rescue Fund, we have an account there,
Yep, and,
that's a separate account.
the liquid fuels one.
Liquid fuels,
Should we do that one? And just do them all tonight in one?
Okay, here's what I think we have to do. I don't think we can pass the budget tonight. I think what we need to do is, get these straightened out. It has to be on record for the public to view it, since we're making these, major changes. So we'll revise it, we'll re-advertise it, and it'll be on, how many days was that, Sam, that we had that?
It has to be available for 10 days.
Okay, what day are we on here now? So we have to pass this
Today's the
before.
19th.
Okay.
You don't have 10 days.
You don't have time.
We don't have 10 days, babe.
This has to be turned in by December 31st, as per
Well,
law.
yeah, but today's only 19, 10 days would be
But until we advertise, it takes 4 days for me to put it in the paper.
23.
Can't we do it and, like, say, we're going to adopt the general budget, we're gonna adopt the Marcellus Shale, and we're gonna adopt the grant budget and the liquid fuels and just announce what each one is, and that'll be on her paper. Can't we do that?
When was it on display for the public to?
Well, you had that thing for them to come in and look at it, right? That covers them looking at any of the budgets.
And we would have to post each one out here in that, beside the door, each of the budget. I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
Is that,
I don't know. I mean, I think that sunshine law says you have the right to amend your errors in sunshine law. But you're out of the 10 days. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But you did advertise it for 10 days, so I don't know.
and then anybody could come look at them, and they're all a different budget, so can't we just?
So you say we can amend tonight and approve?
I have no idea.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant when you said about we could amend and.
I have no idea. I'm not an attorney. I don't
We
know.
don't have a business manager like a lot of places do.
So I think, so the other ones that we're concerned about is American Rescue, Marcellus Shale, and the State Liquid Fuels Fund.
That's the only three we're missing.
Yes.
And what did it say in that advertisement that they could come look at our budget, right?
Yes, I just put that the budget was available for people to
So
review,
that
either
could be,
call
that
for an
could be
appointment
one
or.
budget or any of them.
Yeah, you didn't show the budget, right?
No, there was no budget advertised,
Okay.
it just said that they were welcome to come and view it at their convenience.
Okay,
So I think we should be okay and clear to adopt them or propose them or whatever it is we gotta do.
so, okay, let's, we're gonna do this, each one individual. This is screwed up, I'll take the blame. So, we're not gonna run them through the general, correct? We're gonna keep each
Each one
Yeah.
separate, the way
Yeah.
the way you have it, the bank.
Yeah.
Okay,
Keep each one separate.
so we looked at the general. Is there any questions on the proposed 2023 general fund budget?
What is miscellaneous income?
Miscellaneous income?
Income for very last item. First page.
The miscellaneous income that we received in 2022 was overpayments, for insurance policies that they reimbursed us for.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, can I have a motion to adopt the general fund 2023 budget as proposed, as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Judy, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Ellen seconded, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, that's just the general. Next one we'll go to is the water. Is there any questions on that account? And again, these ones that are blank, you're going to do away
Yes.
with those?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, balance that. Okay, if there's no questions or concerns, can I have a motion to adopt the 2023 water fund budget as presented to you?
I'll make it.
Chris, I have a second.
I'll second
Bobby, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, the water's done. Now we're gonna go into get the Marcellus Shale. We'll have a copy of that. And now that you have what Michelle gave you, tells us what we can use that money on.
Yep.
So, okay. You see the budget, the balance in the Marcellus Shale is 6262. Any questions or concerns?
I got one question.
Okay.
It says under expenses, public works, maintenance, road repair, highway construction, rebuilding, public works. Does that mean like we could use part of that for sidewalks or?
Yep.
Oh, we can? Okay.
Could we have used part of that for the valve deal down there?
You mean
For water valve?
relocation of the 3 valves
Yeah.
in the water system? I don't, to say no one, now that Michelle given us this information, we know what we can do with this, just like we sealed our roads.
You've had this since 2011. You've been getting Act 13 funds since 2011.
But-
What are you doing with the money if you don't know what you've been doing with it now?
Did we ever spend any of it?
Yeah.
I think we used it one time to seal the roads, didn't we? That was it, to seal,
That
or
was this-
seal the
That
cracks.
was this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's, I don't remember spending any money on that account,
That's
because
the
no
only
one
one
could
I
tell us what we could do with it. Because we don't get that much.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept it.
Okay,
I was just curious, that's all.
yeah, I have a second?
Yep.
Danny, okay, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, Marcellus Shale's taken care of. The next one, let's do the American Rescue next.
I don't-
Comment on that yet.
I have writing all over mine.
That's
you
the
do
thing,
that
because
and
that's
then
when
the-
we did our executive.
Could you do that and the liquid fuels?
Yep, I printed them both.
All right.
Yeah, both of them.
You have them, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Liquid fuel.
Okay. This is the private one. Yep.
Okay, you see the proposed budget for state liquid fuels fund.
Yes.
There's an additional, to make it correct, there's additional $2,000 under expenditures going to highway construction and rebuilding. That will make it come out to the 14,005. Everyone
So
see
two
that?
thousand even?
2,000 even under the expenses on highway 35,439. See that? Put 2,000 in there, and then that comes out to the 14,005, which our income is at the top. Okay, with the correction to the state liquid fuel fund, can I have a motion to adopt the 2023 state liquid fuel budget?
Just a question on this,
Yes.
from our meeting, help me understand, I had a note that, was this used to tar the road in the past, or was that just a question? In some years, this account was used for pavement.
I think the state liquid fuels fund is the one that we use and put with the state money that we used to get each year to do a street, correct, Bob?
Yeah, a project.
Yeah, a project, we come up with a project,
Yeah.
we tell them like PennDOT how much money we have, and then they help us,
Yeah,
What's the balance to
decide
get it?
what we can do.
yeah, decide what we can do. Okay, I have a motion, can I have a motion for the state liquid fuel fund?
I make a motion.
Okay, Diane, can I have a second?
I'll second.
Chris, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, that one's done. And the last one, the American Rescue. Also, I had, you have the final, and I have the one we were working on. Which. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Sam, you have the 58831 at 19,165. What was that?
What is it?
What was that?
On the American Rescue, you have expense 58831, 19,165.
Let me pull that.
This is the money that, for the water system, correct?
Yeah, that's what, we should have paid out more than that already.
And my QuickBooks doesn't work. My QuickBooks don't even
Oh, it's gonna shut down and start
I'm
back
gonna
up.
have to, 'cause it's not working.
Myron, am I allowed to just pass these around that we can't talk about them, but just so everybody has a heads up for next meeting?
Sort of what?
One of them is a copy of the possibility of the new water cards. And one is just so everybody understands where these Interstate 80 signs are gonna go.
Okay, just, lay them there,
Okay,
and
Let
everyone
everybody
can
get a
get a copy, that way they're aware of it, like for next meeting, so
that way they can think about that ahead of time if they want changes.
get right into the discussion of them. You're gonna adopt that one, so
Yeah,
that way they're all covered.
yeah, that's right, better look.
Okay, while she's looking at that, I don't know if you guys have your decoration fund from the last meeting.
I don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay, the budget for that, for the, what it basically was, it was, we had 17,382.22 in there, and we spent 17,112, that was on the new lights and everything for town, and left us a balance of $270.22. So this is all, the decoration fund is all donations that came in from people. So we're gonna adopt this budget too. It's basically, we don't have a budget, it's just an account that we have that we put the money into and probably add decorations as we get them. Okay? So we have $270.22 is the balance of the decoration fund. So while she's looking there, can I have a motion to adopt the 2023 budget for the decoration fund?
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
A second.
okay, get them too. She's looking. Judy and Alan. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, as soon as you get us an answer there, we'll do the American Rescue, and I think that's all of them. Yeah.
And the Penn Fest too, gonna close for this point.
Yeah,
We
there
no
is,
longer have a pen back.
yeah, there is no Penn Fest anymore.
Right.
So the money that came out of the American Rescue Act went to EAP Industries for work on
Right,
that.
but we should have paid out more than that, shouldn't we?
Not as of yet, we haven't, we went over the bills together,
Right,
and
I
I
thought
paid
you
what I
had
was
paid,
told to pay.
I thought you had paid a whole bunch for it.
Mm-mm.
We need to go over that then.
Okay.
Okay, so the American Rescue Fund. Everyone sees the bottom line right now, money left to complete the water project 97-077-36. So do I have a motion to adopt the American Rescue budget for 2023?
I'll make it.
Chris, do I have a second?
Yeah.
Bobby, second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, I think that is all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And next year we're going to do them all. And I want to apologize, Michelle.
Transitions secretaries, it's pretty,
Yeah, and she laid things out different for us, so I know it's no excuse, but
There is no excuse, it's not a transition. You've been getting Act 13 funds since 2011, and you didn't pay them for the past 4 or 5 years.
yeah, so we need to get that in.
so you
That
think,
doesn't rest on Samantha walking in the door.
No, I agree with that.
you think we purposely, did that then, Michelle, you're saying we purposely, guided the people on it, is that what you're saying?
Well, put yourself in my seat. You held an executive session for a budget meeting. What are you hiding?
Absolutely nothing.
No.
We have nothing.
Then
to
there's
hide.
absolutely no reason to have an executive session for a budget meeting.
So what do you want us to do about it?
Invite the public to the budget meetings. They're not
Well, we will.
closed
You're
meetings.
invited, everybody's invited, next one you can come, we made a mistake,
This is not the first mistake. You keep making excuses.
okay?
This is not your first violation of the Sunshine
You're
Law.
making mistakes.
You're fully aware of what you can and you cannot do for executive sessions, yet you continue to do it.
Well,
We need to adopt the proposed 2023 tax resolution.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a tax thing. No change, right?
Since,
No.
since the tax rate's the same, this will be passed as a resolution, rather than an ordinance.
Correct.
Because if it was an ordinance, we would have to have a hearing and so forth.
Correct.
Since the rate stays the same, then the law reads that you're able to just pass it as a resolution.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be, won't be entitled ordinance, it will be an entitled resolution. And there's no difference in passing a resolution and a regular motion, just declare that it is a resolution.
So we can pass it tonight, you just have to
Yeah.
type up the, retype up the, header
Yeah.
where it says, okay.
The heading should just be.
Yeah, so the resolution number 0120-2023, basically that, we're continuing the rate at
We're not raising it.
1/2 of the 1%, which it's been for several years. We're not changing it, we just need a, motion to adopt this resolution.
I'll make it.
Keeping it the same.
Chris makes the motion. Second,
I'll second it.
Ellen seconds it. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. So we're not going to sign that to do a new header on that. Okay. So that's it.
That's it.
Motion to adjourn.